Hello. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Stuart Alsop. I have been a body worker and a breath worker for many years as I've tried to conquer my own challenges with chronic pain. This is going to be a little bit of an intro into my work, a high-level intro into what exactly it is that we are doing when we're doing body work. I don't like to use the term massage for my work because not only is it not the only thing I do, it doesn't fully encapsulate what my work gets to when I'm doing hands-on work. A lot of people have an impression of what body work or of what massage is, and it usually entails lying on a table, relaxing, total just like receiving. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But body work entails a much more active dynamic. And so I use all tools, including hands-on touch, cranial-sacral, dynamic stretching, mobilization, Thai massage. I use all four of my limbs. I use my hands, my feet, sometimes even shoulders, elbows, knees. So basically, whatever object I need. I also use external objects as well. There's a huge range of, I don't know if you've ever done gua sho, but gua sho is this, there's a superficial fascia layer on our skin, and they take this tool and they scrape it. And so I use a huge amount of techniques and tools in order to find the right tool to help you find more flow in your body. I want to go a little bit into what is the effect, what is the action we are having when we put our hands on another person or when we receive touch. And oftentimes when I'm giving massage, I'm also receiving massage, because we have this boundary around us, the skin, which is part of our brain. So our brain and our skin develop from the same tissue when we're born. There is no difference between the skin and the brain. It's the nerves in the skin are part of the brain. And so what do we do when we touch someone else? The most important effect is it has a release of natural beta endorphins. And if you know what an endorphin is, it's a painkiller. Endogenous opioids, actually. So the opioids are the same thing that people take. Exogenous opioids, for example, heroin. People take that in order to relieve pain, and we have those inside of our body. So we can naturally produce those. So healing touch is one of the most powerful tools that we have for pain relief. I also don't think that it's limited to pain relief. I also think we can get to the root of the pain itself. I don't think it's possible to be free of pain as a human being, but I do believe that body work does also help suffering. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to treat trauma. And if you do work with me and we do uncover something like that, I can definitely point you to the right direction in order to get that more very specific help. With that being said, this work can bring up emotions. And one of my favorite tools is something that actually I don't think really exists in therapy. I've never encountered it with a therapist. I have encountered it with people who are trained in meditation. And it's the Sanskrit word is called a samskara. That it basically means subtle impression. So the overview, the high view of what a samskara, what a subtle impression is that we walk through our daily life and we encounter situations, and those situations leave impressions in our body. And there are two main types of impressions that can occur in this, and they usually have to do with aversion, resistance, or attachment, clinging. So when we have a pleasurable experience, we attach to that pleasurable experience and we don't want it to leave, right? And then resistance and aversion. We don't want the experience. We deny it. And so that's denying what's happening in this moment. And most of us are acting not from the present moment. We're acting from our past. Our past is conditioning everything that we're seeing. And so, and if you want to find out more about it, you can study the hippocampus and the amygdala and the connection between the hippocampus and the amygdala. Hippocampus helps us to differentiate between what's currently going on and what has happened in the past in cases of trauma. The wiring can get screwed up. So this work can sometimes bring those things up. And we can release them in that moment, or I can refer you to somebody if it's a much bigger issue than I can handle. And so, what else can I say about Bodywork? It really is the most effective. I mean, it just, like, if you think about apes, look at how much they touch each other. Like, that is our evolutionary environment. We like are always touching each other, and in this just like really intimate, friendly way. Of course, there's the sexual energy as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, just look at apes. Like, they're just touching each other all the time. Like, it has to be good for us. And particularly in the Western world, touch is not as it just doesn't happen as much as in other cultures. So I think Bodywork can be really helpful. I do Bodywork in person, and I do breath work online. So if you're watching this and you're not in California and you want to do breath work, I'll create a separate video for that. But if you do Bodywork, this is where we will be doing it, right here. Got a little platform underneath the tree there, and we can do it there. So yeah, if you're in California and you're interested, this is all part of a document I'm building that really explains in depth into my services. Not to sell anybody on it. I just, like, people ask me about my services, and so I want to create a really thorough document that answers all questions about it. So please let me know if you'd be interested in a Bodywork session. Thank you.